Hello and good morning. Good morning. We are starting. So ensure that you join in. You make sure that you like. Before we start on these things are very hot here. It's very hot. Ensure that when you join, you like this video. Make sure that you like. So we are going to start the next like 1 hour, 2 hours. Ensure that you do that. It's already 11:03. Wow, 11:03. We are here. Welcome. Let's also engage on the chat. Let me know the experience yesterday. How was yesterday? Let me just know that. How was yesterday? Ensure that you do that. Like as we start on this. I'm waiting for more people to join. Oh. Join. Okay, let me. I think so. Okay. It's very interesting. Excellent. Now let's start around this area here. Now, as we wait for people to join on this, now it's simple. Now, it's very interesting. Now, yesterday, how was yesterday actually? Because we ended some target that we were focusing on yesterday chart, and you see the market has really moved so well, and we want to resume from there. What has really been happening? So ensure that you like as we proceed on this. What is really happening here? Because yesterday, our target. Remember, our target was actually here. So I don't know whether I can. Undo things here. Yep. Yeah, that is how now this chart was looking. You see this dirty work. Everything is here. So that is what we were talking about yesterday, about what is really going to be happening in the market. And this is what we were doing. So this is our yesterday analysis on what we were talking about. So I'm going to start with that so that we see whether we are going to use information that we were analyzing yesterday. And you see our target when the market was actually around this area, our buying zone was actually around this corner here. We were waiting for the prices to drop at the 357, and the price did not drop to 53 33 57, but we are talking about the best buys. Why was it best buy? Because that is another time was the prices was actually just to drop, like the price is actually dropping, and that is what we were talking about, like less price just to drop a little bit, but the price did not actually drop all the way to that 357. We went all the way to that 363, and then that is the time I told you that I'm going to have my first entry, because at least my account can handle in case the market goes down all the way to that 3, because there are a lot of people who can actually do a lot of mistake, like they buy from the market when it's doing that, and when the market just dropped by like $6 down because it is gone, they end up actually just blowing an account, and that is the mistake I didn't want people to actually do. There is also something that really happened around across this area here, because you can see the market actually reacted so good when they actually came to this region of that 370 around 88 that we were talking about. We'll be highlighting this area to see what really happened around 80 here. This is 88. You see that 88 that we were talking about, cut this zone here around this trend here. So I'm going to see whether that is valid today or how the market is going to react, because still the market is still moving up, and I sent 34, and already this market actually achieved 34, and then we're saying that the whole prices, that is what we started yesterday, and saying that when you're actually placing the TP and the prices actually hit something like 34, which is whole numbers, okay, sometimes you have to trail your stop loss and bring it very close, because even if you were targeting 34.10, this is information of yesterday, that when the prices actually hit the whole numbers like 34, high chances that the price are going to test that one, and that is really what happened here. The prices tested around 34.03, and then that 202, and then the prices were back, and you can see the market how is really reacting around this area. Now that is what we are going to be focusing on today, but the trend that I entered around this area 63 together here, actually I just decided to close it at 34. That is where I closed it. Remember what happened? The first entry here I took at buy, sold at 88, half of the position, and then I left the rest to move, because I was waiting at least to see when these prices actually touches this area, maybe we get, but the prices decided to touch all the way up, and that's why you can see now the prices are just reacting all the way just like that. This is yesterday information that I'm just doing a recap of what actually happened yesterday. So that's how the market was doing. Now, what are we going to be seeing today? Because we want to move there. One minute. Now, what is really happening to the prices of gold here now? Because you can see now we are still moving. Now, that is what we'll be checking. Now, let's see what is really happening. I want to clear all this chart here, and we can have at least some potentials here. And I want to see what is going to be happening here. So do you see the X candle that start being formed here? There's high chances this market is actually going to drop, and I'm waiting to see at least some bit of drop here. But remember, still we are going to remain bullish. So we are going to find where we can still have some entries, because you can see after this market to achieve 34 here, 34.02. The market is still very determined to at least have some little retracement here, and the target is actually around this area, which is 70s, between 70. So if I'm going to be getting around 70s here, it can actually be a perfect entry, which is actually below the prices, like just below $17. So I think that is going to be a good entry for buy. That is going to be a good entry from there. So in between that, you can see that trend is still moving down. So this was expected, and probably to 89. So if you actually buying from now, I think you should assist from now, because you don't want to go in that direction. I know there are some people who are still buying because they saw prices of corn dropping all the way to 33, 87. You saw the prices touching 34.02, and then because now the prices are really on 33.87, and now you are buying. This is not going to be good for you. So what we can do here is just wait for these prices to drop further, of which levels like 870, 72, around this zone is going to be good. And I want to create a barrier here, which is actually going to be, you see this zone here, actually from this is going to be maximum that is going to be achieved, like say 89. So this is it, 89. So from here, that is what I'm expecting. So inside between this and not these prices to cross 90. So I don't want to see 90. So once we get all the way these prices, I'm expecting them to drop. And once we get this, then we are going to have some buys that we are going to be getting, and then the market is going to jump all the way, and probably this time we are going to achieve 34, 30, 33, 34, 40s, where we are going to test now the all-time high that has been created by the market. So that is where the all-time high is. That is what we're going to be getting now. Dubuis, good morning. Good morning to how are you doing? Miriam Kayojo, good morning. It's a long time. Yeah, yesterday we were here. We were buying gold when it was a 63s, and we are projecting from buy all the way to 34, and already we are 34. The market decided to hit 34. I placed some buys, a half of it, a quarter, just not that big because I was expecting market to come down, and that is what I was getting. Now we are at 388, so I'm expecting these prices not to go above 89. Let me say 90s. So the 90s, I don't want to see the 90s, and probably we are going to drop all the way down. And once we get to 70s, then at least we have something to say that this market going to be jumping from that zone. Yes, Jemong, good morning. Good morning too. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Mwangi, I think I asked you some questions and you did not respond on WhatsApp, so I'm expecting you to respond to that so that we can have a meeting today. I'm waiting for you to, you can check the WhatsApp. I don't think whether you responded to that. Okay, that is what I'm expecting in terms of gold. 89, 90s maximum, not above 80, like 90s to cross that zone. And once we get to that area here, which is below 90, then might be going all the way back to our zone here, which is so gold, because that is where we are going to have another buy happening from this market. I'll be receiving question. I don't want to go to the deep analysis today like we did yesterday, because if you want to get to know what we sent, you can actually go to yesterday lessons and check what we discussed yesterday. It's going to really to help you a lot. Itakusaidia sana sana sana. So that is what I'm waiting to see from this market, and once we get to that level, then yeah, this price is actually moving down, so we still wait to see what is going to be happening. So we just move with the market. So I'm projecting 70s. I'm waiting to see 70s. So if you're joining this, ensure that you like. I don't know why people are not liking. It's very important. Come on, let me put this. Cheni kwanza niwaekee hii. Like this video. There's a button down one here that says like this, so make sure that you click that free. Okay, so we proceed. Yesterday, and we went how many hours? Yesterday we did 2 hours straight. So because we were doing analysis, so I'm expecting to see not this price to cross this, and yeah, so that is all I'm waiting to see. And for the scalping matters, I'm going to do something. Let me show you something. Let me log into my account. Let me log into my account so I can have something here. You see this line I've drawn here, 89. So that is what I want to have. So 89. For scalping purposes, this line here. Okay, you saw that? But in case we crosses this and we end over the way to 94, then that becomes another danger zone. 94 maximum, 94, 94. I want to put it like this, 94. So that is a scalping sign, but I'm waiting to see the drop all the way here. So most of deal is actually going to break at 94 in case we cross that. Okay, 94. 94 is going to be banned. It's going to be banned. 94, we are going to change. So that's how you normally keep changing. So your strategy, I have to keep changing this for you. I want to keep things simple. Simple, simple, simple. I'm keeping things for simple. So yesterday the bus departed very early. Yeah, the market did not actually touch the area that we were waiting for, but few dollars there. But I said something that if you have small account, then you just don't have to do that. It's just the same here. You can see we are just some dollars, few dollars to this zone here. A few dollars. The market actually might be coming to 70, which you actually see it is 70, but our long term is actually going to move all the way to like 34, 40s. So that is what I send here. So the risk to buy is actually very simple than even selling here. So selling here is tricky. One thing that you have to know, and that is what we did. But at least, yeah, some of the time you're not going to the market. So that is now what so many people do. Form, I seen that about form, a few of missing out. You see the prices now moving up, and then because you're saying that the prices might not be getting back, you keep buying, and things normally happen. This candle is going to close at how long? Let me go to the lowest time frame, 15, to see how the market is reacting. It's going to help me a lot as well. Yeah. Now you can see why I'm saying that this market actually might be moving all the way down, and that's why we placed a scalp there at least 89 there, 89, to see what is happening. 89. Yeah, but this move crazy, okay, crazy. So I'm waiting to see whether this candle is going to close here, but I said already the deal breaker is 94, so my stop loss is 94 here. It's 94 here, but that is so risky here because the market is already on uptrend. The market is moving up, so any lower prices that you see for long-term buyers, to just board the train. Okay, you just board the train and move. So overall the market is on uptrend. So this is scalping that you see here. If your account is small, sometimes it can cost you a lot. So yesterday at least I made something because I entered early. I bought 63 when you were waiting for 60, so just decided to buy a quarter of it, and actually to produce a lot of fruit because that was big move. For those you know that we normally focus na vitu kubwa kubwa, yeah. So I'm just waiting to see whether this candle is going to close towards the downside, because already no confirmation here. I want to see this market move it down. So I've never crossed to 5 minute time frame, but at least because it's a scalping time, scalping that one, I want to see this crossing and moving down at least to 87 here. So that will be good one. That will not be bad at all. But already I've placed my stop loss $6 at $5 up. And this is going to, so you can see the difference now. You can see now the TP is big, because if you compare between 89 and 64, that is $5, and between 89 to 74, that's 79 minus 74 is equal to 15. So the risk reward ratio for that scalp is also big. Yeah, because it's times 3. That is 3. So it's 3. But not yet, because the time is still here. So that's what I'm waiting to see. What do you think? Mnafikiria nini leo? What are you trading? And as we wait to see what is going to happen here. So remember, we end. You see this 62 that we placed here for the gold. This was 62. So we don't really need this a lot of 62. Because the market does to 63. So, oh my god. Yeah, sometimes there's something I say. If I say that we are going to buy at a certain zone, you can have 10 pips up, 10 pips down. That's why I normally have regions. I don't like a specific point. Like, let's buy at 59. There's a high probability the market is going to fail 59. But at least when you have a region, that is going to help. Are we going to hit the physics 94? 94 is very close. So you see, that cannot really cost me a lot. So if I'm doing this, even I lose 2 trains, and if I lose 2 trains with this kind of setup like that, I lose 2. But when I get one, you see, I'm profitable because the risk reward at least is 1 to 3. I just designed to risk like $5 to get 15. That is an example. If you are using 0.01, I risk $5 to get 15, and maybe another I lose another one $5. Then the third one it hit a TP of 15. You see, you are still profitable. So you just need, if you have a risk reward ratio of 1 is equal to 3, you don't have to win on the trades. You just need at least, even 1 out of 3 is enough to make you profitable. And you can see when you calculate 1 out of 3, you see that percentage is very small. I think is less even than 50%. I think that less even than 50%. So I'm waiting to see this market crossing this. How? This. Let's see what is going to happen, because that is why I place. Don't forget, we have the long time goals. In case this market does not this, we are going to hit that one. Let's see what is going to happen. So, but when the market hits where we are targeting, then it means that we are moving well, and things are going to be good. Okay. It's really joking around that area. $87. So once we get to 87, let's say 87 here, at least 87 flat, at least we'll say we're moving. But I see this is tricky here. It's really tricky. I see. It's very tricky here. 94. Woof, this is tough. Are we really moving down? Because I see let's go to 15-minute time frame and see. We are still waiting to see. Just look at that. This is very tough here. It's very tough here. It's very, very tough here. You see? It's very tough here. This area here is very tough. And you can see the reason now. You see this tough. Let's see whether it's going to break this, because that is what I'm waiting to see, that this price coming down to 70s. But we already have the target and the deal breaker of 94. So once we get 94, might be knowing that this price might not be coming down. But at this point here, the market is really showing the sign that is really indeed moving down. We are moving down. I place for scalping. I just decided to enter one entry for the scalping at 89. I'm waiting to see what is going to unfold here. But already I placed this, and I said once we hit this 94, which is around $5 up from my entry, then things are going to change, and we are going to have different thing. So this candle that you see here, a 5-minute candle, these two candles here, these candles that you see here, very important. 1145, 1150 is going to determine whether we are going to move down, because these can actually boost the market all the way to come to this point of 87. So once we get 86, once you see 86, a possibility for it now to come all the way down is going to be so fast to 70s. So once we get to 70s, now we'll be planning for good entries that is going to be happening there. The reason I say in 70s is because that is where at least we have lower prices, buying low at low price, 80, 70s. Today the market does not really touch the 70. That's why I'm saying I'm talking about this. That is it. That is it. So 88. So today we achieved the lower price of 83 from when market opened, and a high of 34.02. So if you get this, I think it can be gone as well. good people. You see, these look like these giving us up 87, but you see, what is this? I need to go to like 15-minute time frame so we see the move that is making here. It's look like it's giving us up, but you know, of course, we can't trust gold until we get a result. That is when we can do that. Getting the price, we already got 86, so it's clear sign that we are moving. I had already told you that I took a scalp around 89, so let's see whether we're going to get all the way to that point. But remember, my scalp is risk reward ratio of 1 to 3 because I'm focusing 75 there, around 75. Stop loss is around 94. That's why I sent in case this market should not cross this line. Why? Because in case we cross 94 here, it means that this market is not really coming down and we might be ending up. So that's what I'm waiting to see. Still, the market is showing us the sign. Let's see whether if this candle is going to save the day. If it's going to save the day. If it's going to save the day. That was what I'm waiting to see here. If this candle is going to save the day and come to a point. Remember, the goal here is to wait to see the lower prices. All right. Still, we give it some time and see what is going to happen here. Yeah, we are at 87. This is good. Oh yeah, yes. So what do we see here? So if you go to 5 minute time frame, what do we have? Yeah, you can see that drop that has really happened here. So I don't know whether this is really going to move further down, because the next one that we might be getting is actually going to go to 80s. We might be getting to 80s, but at least this is good, because now you can see already the one that we took from 89 at least is good. So for scalping, I think that was nice, because we took one at 89, and you can see at least the price is trying to move down. So we are going to wait to see whether we are going to drop below 80, and that is now when we will start thinking about the buying point, because that the prices will actually be lower compared to that. And you can see the reaction that was actually around what we are talking about. This zone here is very important, and you can see also the prices are really trying to touch this and reversed all the way. After maybe achieving this, you thought that the price is actually going to go higher, but you can see what has really happened here. It has been so nice. So let's see the next candle that is going to be up and opening here. It's already this opened to 12. So in the next like 30 to less than 30 minutes is going to close, and we are going to have another one. Probably that is the one that will be taking us below this, and once we'll be moving towards downside all the way below 30s, below 80s, then we might be having the first buy that we may be taking from Magond, and that is what we have been waiting to see from this market. It's very simple, clear, and so nice. This is nice. This is good. Now because now the live stream was lasting for at least 1 hour 30 minutes, and we'll still be waiting for this. I know more of this is actually going to come probably around 3 p.m. That is what we are going to see mostly happen. Yeah. Tricky is asking which broker I normally use. You can check one description on one of my videos. I use HFM. You can check one of my videos and use the link. I think you might be getting good bonuses and a lot of advantage when you use my link there. There's a lot of things that you get. Yeah, so you can check that. So I think now because of that, and you can see now the price is reversing from 89 here, and still promising to move all the way down to this point here. This is what we got here. Look at that setup. That is a setup by Drew here, so that you can check. I'll look for this, and probably I'll copy this. I'll take a screen, copy image, and then I'll preserve that, so that at least we'll be talking about. Remember that we'll be going through, you'll be using this information tomorrow. It's already 84. You can see it is really dropping, and from 89. So for the ones that entered with me that trend of 1 to 3, the prices are really dropping, and this is good. This is good. Probably the next candle is going to move below this, which is 80s, and that is going to be even more nice. Okay. Now we have 1 hour 30 minutes already of the live stream. I don't want to stay here for many hours. Thank you so much for those who joined this, and ensure that you join again tomorrow 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. West African time. Yeah. Can I start with $100? Yes, you can start if you have some skills you need to do on trending. Yeah, so if you have any question, my number is there. You can reach me out to check my profile, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good trading week.